Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. So my video today is going to be a bit of a chatty video, so if you don't like that, go find another video to watch. My video today is going to be all about like just different ideas, things that I'm doing, things that I'm offering out to you to just sort of help you make it through this weird quarantine situation, quarantine situation that we suddenly are finding ourselves in. Ideas, of things you can do to stay healthy, to stay safe, to stay sane, to stay entertained. Because this is a weird thing. I get it, like we've never been here before. I mean, I don't think any of us have been here before. Have you been in? I've never been in like a safer at home kind of situation. So yeah, these are just like a whole bunch of ideas, things that I'm trying to remember to do. First thing I want to say is you do you. Like all of these ideas, you can watch this video and be like, no, not gonna do it. You do you. When this first came out, like a couple months ago, when states were starting to shut down, I kept seeing these articles that were like, use this time to start a podcast, use this time to start a YouTube channel, learn a new language, write a screenplay, write a book. And I'm just like, okay, sure. If you have the energy and the motivation and like psychologically you want to dive into a project like that, cool. But like, don't beat yourself up if you just don't. And it's fine. It is totally fine to not be productive. Me, I am someone who's like, I have to be productive. I always have my like a gazillion lists and I want to check everything off. And I've just realized like, I have to take this one day at a time. And some days I feel like shit and I need to just not do anything. And I don't check anything off of that list and it's totally fine. So take it day by day, do what you need to do to deal with this situation. Do not feel like you have to use this time to be super productive. And if you do use this time and you do some productive stuff, that's awesome. But don't beat yourself up if you don't. Also, I just mentioned lists. And yes, I did make a bunch of lists and lists of lists when this thing began a couple months ago, just to sort of attempt to give myself a little bit of structure and feel like I had a little bit of control over this situation. I have recognized during the situation that I do like to have control, and I am a little bit of a control freak, and writing lists is my way to feel like I have that. So like, my main list, like my daily to-do, it's like meditate 10 minutes, do some form of exercise, cook a meal, clean a room, I don't even know what else. Do one annoying thing, do one creative thing. And then I made a list that was like, these are annoying things you need to do. These are creative things you need to do. And so on, like food to make, like all the different ideas I have for things to cook. So if you are a list person, I would highly suggest making some lists because it does sort of seem to help me have a little bit of structure, kind of keep focused and not let myself just like spend the whole day on the internet and reading about how the world is going to end. Okay, let's get into like those are like kind of my general overview kind of tips. Now let's get into more specific things. The first thing, exercise. I like to take a walk in the morning and a walk in the evening. Sometimes I only get out once a day. Sometimes I don't get out, period. I also have a mini trampoline. So I have been doing rebounding, which is super fun. And I do plan on doing some like rebounding videos, at least like a review of the trampoline I bought. The other day I was tired. I didn't feel well, but I just stretched for maybe 10 minutes. Like I just felt really tight. My joints kind of hurt. So I did a bunch of stretches and I felt better. So even if it's something as small as just doing some stretching, just try to do some form of like physical movement every day. Also, get enough sleep. Sleep is so important for your immune system. And obviously right now we all want to keep like a healthy immune system. So get enough sleep, try to maintain some sort of like normal sleep schedule. I have a little white kitten that likes to wake me up around 6:30 for breakfast. So I have to make sure I go to bed early enough so that I can get enough sleep for when the little paws start to hit my nose. And also take naps. If you don't sleep enough at night, take naps, like whatever. So yeah, sleep is super important, exercise is super important, and food is super important. So like my third thing is learn how to cook. Cook with your family. Cook something new. Just cook. Like this is such a wonderful lifelong skill. Like when I hear that people don't know how to cook, my mind is absolutely blown because I'm just like, how do you live? Like, how do you eat? But yeah, even if you don't know how to cook, you can cook the most basic stuff and it will taste amazing. So use this time to eat really, really good food. A couple things that I have been playing around with for, you know, my new cooking experiments, you know, because what do you do when you're in quarantine? You bake bread. That's, I feel like, such a cliche right now. But I made my husband French baguettes. So I have not, you know, perfected this, but I do feel like I'm off to a pretty good start with the baguettes. I also made a gluten-free sourdough starter, and then I made myself gluten-free sourdough bread, and it worked, and it was really, really yummy. So yeah, those are totally new things for me. I baked bread maybe 20 years ago when I was still living with my parents, like when I was a teenager, but it's been years since I have baked bread. Also related to cooking, this is gonna sound a little strange, but realize the full potential of your appliances. For example, I have a very expensive juicer that I bought about 5.5 years ago, and I only just learned how to make sorbet with it. Like, it has just a different attachment. You dump some frozen fruit in it and it makes sorbet and it's delicious. Why did it take me 5.5 years? I don't know. Also with that juicer, it came with this brush, this thing that like you use to clean the juicer part, and it works great and it cuts down on your cleaning time by so much. I had no idea what it was. It's just been sitting in my cabinet in different apartments for the last 5.5 years. So, you know, like the juicer is one I feel like I've fully learned how to use. My Instant Pot, I, you know, just made some dried beans in that the other day. I knew it could cook dried beans. I didn't know how, but I figured it out. So like if there is something that you have and you know it can do something, but you don't know how to do that thing, figure it out, because why not? Another thing I like to do is maybe like once a week, I like to just make a list of all of the stupid, annoying, like little tiny tasks that need to be done that take up mental space. And every time I walk by these things in our apartment, I think, oh, I need to do that. I need to clean that. I need to do that. And I think that every day. So then finally, like once a week, I like to just do all of it. Like take a couple hours and just like do all of these dumb tasks just so I can clear up that mental space. Like once it's done, it's done. I don't have to think about it. You know, so like we have fish, like cleaning the fish tank. I only do that like once every 3 or 4 weeks. Not a big deal, but I don't like doing it. But I just did it yesterday and now I don't have to think about it. And every time I walk by the fish tank, I think, such a beautiful, clean fish tank. Another idea is to switch out your closets. We are coming into spring and summer now. So just the other day, I took all of my sweaters, my winter stuff, put it away, brought out my dresses and warm summer clothes, or, you know, cool summer clothes, whatever. Colorful and light and flowy. Who knows if I'll be able to wear them, because who knows what's gonna happen with this lockdown situation. But just like seeing that color and like it makes me feel a bit happier. And then also related to the closet, you know, if you need to clean out some drawers, or if you want to do a purge and get rid of some stuff, now's a great time to do that. And then also check your clothes. Like, do you have holes in some of your clothes? Do you need to get something repaired? Like, figure out how to do it. Figure out how to repair stuff yourself. Another idea is to, you know, just get lost in a TV show. Some days you just don't want to function and you just need a distraction. And I have done plenty of binging on shows. So some of the shows that I have watched recently that I highly recommend: Grace and Frankie. I'm on season 5 and I absolutely love it. Sex Education, that was on, I think, Netflix, and it's 2 seasons. Really, really cute. And Gillian Anderson of X-Files is in that, and like the first season, oh my god, her hair looks amazing. She's got this kind of like gray, platinum, slightly purple, like a very cool tone, blonde. her hair in the first season is perfection. Then it gets too yellow in the second season. But yeah, she was great in it. And then also Why Women Kill. That was, I think there's only one season of that. Very, very good show. Took a couple episodes to get into. Same with Grace and Frankie. If you've seen Grace and Frankie and you thought, oh, that sucks, I didn't like the first couple episodes. It took me maybe 3 episodes to get into it, and now I'm addicted. And then we also just started season 3 of Westworld, which is really good too. I will say, we watched that Tiger King show and I hated every second of it. If it's just, to me, it was just animal cruelty. I'm a cat person. Cats are my favorite animals in the world. Domestic cats, big cats, and I just saw this. And it's like, yes, I would love to cuddle a baby tiger kitten because that's like the cutest thing ever. But I know it's not right and they should not be cuddled. And I don't know, maybe you disagree and maybe I'll get a whole bunch of crap down in the comments for this, but I hated that show and don't watch it. Ban the Tiger King. Hated it. Next idea. Plant something. Plant a garden, plant some stuff in pots. And I say this for a couple of reasons. First of all, growing stuff is great. It's a really good skill to have. You're in nature, you're growing something, you're nourishing something, like nurturing something, you're bringing something to life. So I think that's just like a really cool thing to be part of and witness and experience. Also, who knows what's going to happen with the food supply? I'm not gonna put out any videos saying like, you need to plant this and this and this because there's not gonna be any food. We don't know, okay? But I do think that is something to just be aware of. Yeah, do what you can to be a little bit more self-reliant, self-sustaining. Also, I know I have read a lot of comments online. People are like, I live in an apartment, I can't grow anything. If you have a small balcony, you can put some pots out there. I am actually not gardening in a community garden this summer. I'm only doing balcony gardening. And I'll be sure to do videos of balcony garden tours. But yeah, it is possible to grow stuff. If you don't have a balcony, you are a bit more limited. But even if you grow like some herbs or even like lettuce, get a pot, put some lettuce seeds in there, just grow something. And my next tip is to give your pets extra love and snuggles. Yeah. So we do that, lots of that. We play lots. This is Kimchi. Kimchi, say hi, everyone. Mom, this is embarrassing. I don't want to be in your video. Look at this little beautiful fluff. Oh, you're so lovely. Her sister just turned 6 yesterday. Babies are getting so old. So yeah, love on your pets. Maybe even adopt a pet. I know I keep seeing things about people having more time and they're adopting pets and the shelters are being cleared out. That's great. Love on your animals, take care of them, play with them, lots of tummy cuddles, and yeah, kitty love. All right, my next idea, do some games, do some puzzles, play video games. I'm not a video game person, but even I was playing a little bit of Mario. I don't remember which Mario it was. Maybe Mario Odyssey? I don't know. On the Nintendo Switch. My husband has a Switch. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I like old school Mario with like the original Nintendo with a really basic controller. But yeah, who cares? Like, play some of that stuff. I'm normally not a video game person, but we're also not normally living in a pandemic. Another thing that is great and has been really fun for me is just like video chat with your friends and your family. I was never really a video chatter, but I wanted to share this with my mom. I wanted to teach my mom how to use it. So now we Google Hangout and it's fun and she can see my cats and I can see her cats and it's just more fun than actually calling. And then also I would say just like check in on people, think about your friends, like check in on people like, once a week, every couple weeks, just to sort of, just to have that connection and just make sure that people know that like if they need something and they're not feeling great or like they need to talk, like you're there. Because yeah, like I said, this is a weird psychological thing we're all going through. I also would highly suggest doing something for mindfulness and awareness. And just to kind of like check in with how you are doing mentally. So I like to meditate for 10 minutes every morning. Nothing special. I just like snuggle up on the couch and do my very super basic meditation. Also like maybe journaling is your thing. Also like art therapy. I'm not like a coloring book person, but I know some people are and they find that to be like very good for mindfulness. So just kind of figure out like how you can just kind of mentally center yourself. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said, don't feel pressure to learn something new, but now I'm gonna totally contradict myself and say, learn something new. Even if it is like super seemingly pointless. I was asking my husband for ideas on this and he's like, learn how to do a Rubik's Cube. So like, yeah, like that's not really like a skill you need, but learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I don't know how to do that. Me personally, I'm doing a lot of sewing projects, which like I know how to sew, but I'm not an amazing seamstress, but I'm also learning how to embroider. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just watching YouTube videos and figuring it out. And also I do plan on bringing back some of my Italian. I made minestrone soup the other day and my husband's like, what? What'd you say? I'm like, minestrone. So I just kind of feel this inspiration to bring back my 1 semester of Italian. Okay, I promise we're sort of getting to the end. We're over halfway done. Self-care, beauty stuff, take a shower, take a bath, do your nails, do your toes, give yourself a facial, do a full body scrub, all of these things. Like take that time to just, I mean, if you have like, we probably all have a little bit more time now to just dedicate to like all of these beauty bathing rituals. Like it's lovely. It'll make yourself feel better. Like just pamper yourself. Take the time, have a good pampering session. Also, I do want to suggest giving your eyeballs a break from screens, computer screens, phone screens, tablets, TVs, all this. Read a book, read a magazine, read a physical newspaper if you can get one delivered. Just give your peepers a little bit of a break. Okay, also, I like to clean. Well, I don't like to clean, but I like once things are cleaned. So for me, I can't clean our whole apartment in one day just because I get too tired and bored and distracted. But lately what I like to do is like have one room really clean every day. So like usually it's the kitchen. Like the kitchen always ends up getting super, super messy. So that's where I really spend most of my time with cleaning. But even if it's not a whole room, even if it's just a drawer, and then every time you open that drawer, you feel so good that it's clean, it's tidy, it's organized. And this for me is something I like to say is celebrating little victories. Like get excited about the really stupid minor stuff, because that's what life is, right? It's just like, this giant, conglomeration of like very small, seemingly pointless things. So celebrate the little things in life that you've accomplished that make you feel good. Oh, another idea is to write a letter to someone, send out birthday cards. And also, I actually just signed up to volunteer for something in the Madison, Wisconsin area called Pandemic Pen Pals. So basically it is to match people who are 18 and older to people who are like 55 and above, who might be in like a long-term care facility, a nursing home, a retirement facility, something like that. Like people who can't really go out, and also people in like, like the retirement community apartment complexes, people who are gonna feel a lot of isolation. Like they're concerned about their health, they can't really go out. So they're gonna be matching up these people to write letters to each other. And when I saw this, I'm like, that is so me, because I love receiving handwritten letters. I love writing them. I think this is truly a lost art. And I love old people too. Like, I just think old people are so interesting. They have so much experience with life. Like we can learn so much from older people. So I'm really excited to be partnered up. I mean, I think they're accepting me, I hope. So anywho, maybe you can find something like that in your community too. I thought it was a really, really cool idea. Also, do something creative, do something arty. So for example, I'm so proud of this and I'm gonna put pictures in now. I got a chair a few years ago from some friends. And as you can see, it's very white, it's very virginal, it's very like precious. It's too pure and sweet for me. So I took it apart, I painted the frame black, and I put on this really cool fabric for the cushion, and now it's beautiful and it makes me super, super happy every time I see it. So I did that. I've been sewing. I've got fabric I need to cut out to turn into pajama shorts. I've got a whole bunch of patterns that I want to, I need to figure out what color and what type of fabric I want to use for all of these different projects. Okay, 2 things left. Boost your immune system. Obviously I talked about like eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep, but you know, if there are certain things that you drink or eat, you know, for the sake of your immune system, continue to do that. I'm a big fan of zinc, vitamin C. I drink chaga tea pretty much every day. I do a drink that has like orange juice, and then I open up some vitamin C capsules and put in Manuka honey and hot water. So like do what you can to strengthen your immune system and stay as healthy as you possibly can right now. All right, and finally, my very last tip is to be in nature however you possibly can. I know that in a lot of places around the world, you can't go out. Like you cannot go out to just like take a walk. Like if you go out, it's only to go get groceries or buy medicine or something. Where we are, we can take walks outside. But like, I'm not saying, we do not live in the country. Like we live in a suburb. And you know, there's still a sidewalk, there's still houses, there are apartment buildings, there's condos. So it's not like we're like running through a field or anything, you know, but we still try to get outside because there's fresh air, there are trees, there's grass, so we can hear the birds chirping. So even if like this is all you can do to be in nature, do it. Even just like, you know, I'll go sit on the balcony and get some sunshine like that. To me is being in nature, opening the windows, getting some fresh air. Do whatever you can to get a little, like your little dose, your little hit of nature as frequently as you possibly can. Okay, folks, so I think we made it through. I think those were all of my ideas. I hope this was kind of helpful. You know, this is a weird situation. Again, who knows what's gonna happen. Maybe this virus will go away and this video will be like completely moot and pointless, and let's hope. I mean, let's hope that is the situation, but I do have like a bad feeling that this is gonna come back in the fall and winter with a vengeance. So I do think it's good to be like mentally prepared for things you can do to just stay physically healthy and also mentally healthy if stuff does continue to be a bit funky and possibly get worse. And also, if you have ideas about things to do during a quarantine, things that you are doing, anything, please leave a comment down below. So again, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying sane. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.